Hello, Jaina, everyone. Today we're going to go through the Laaveo platform. I'm going to provide an introduction to the platform, how to navigate through it. And as we're going through this, if there's any questions, we do have a chat area that's available. Please type your questions in the chat area and we'll try to get to those questions as well. So first off, to get to the chat area, to get to the platform, you're going to have to go to your web browser and type in the words platform.laaveo.com. Laaveo is Laaveo.com. So that's one way to get to the platform. The other way is look at your email, and there'll be a link that will bring you directly to this page. And a third way is there's actually a separate link that was sent over that will, if you click on that, it will log you in directly to the actual main e-lobby. If you don't want to go through that email or that link, then your best way is go to the platform on this website and type in your email. So I'm going to type this in. And once I click on this, it's going to bring me to a verification area. Once I get to the verification area, it's going to ask me for a code. And this code was sent to my email. There is a timer that's counting down here. That timer does not mean that we are, that you only have 15 seconds or 10 seconds to put your code in. What that means is that after the time expires, you can resend the code to your email to get a new code, or you can just go to the email and actually get the code that was sent just a moment ago. So this is the code that was sent to me, 843621. So I'm going to submit that code. And that's going to take me into the actual e-lobby, which we can see right here. Now, in the e-lobby, there are several different options on how to navigate through this area. One, the first area we're going to talk about is the actual main auditorium. That you can find up here on the top left. In the main auditorium, when I click that, I'll be able to log in and actually join the sessions going on. Now, when I join this session, I'm going to mute myself. This is a session that I'm actually recording right now. I'm doing live on this area. Let me go back so that we know how to see that over. So we can join the sessions actively going by just clicking this join session button. If you want to see what other sessions are available, we can look at the upcoming session area that's in the main lobby, and you'll see we have the navigation around Jaina Convention 2021 that's scheduled for tomorrow as well, around 9 p.m. PST time. There's also Day 1 Arti Mangalivo. There's several different sessions that are scheduled in the main auditorium. The other information that you get from this area is the type of session that's scheduled, whether it's cultural, business, spiritual, and the language that it's going to be in. We'll go back to the e-lobby, and there's a couple ways you can go back to the e-lobby. You can click on the icon. You can click on the icon that's up here in the main auditorium. Oh, right next to the main auditorium, or you can click the back button. So I'll click the back button. That's going to take me to the e-lobby. Once I get to the e-lobby area again, there are breakout rooms on the bottom left. From this breakout room, there are 6 of them, and each of these have various different sessions going on during a particular time of day. So if I go into breakout room 1, in breakout room 1, we have a timer that's counting down. The first session that's going to come up is on July 2nd at 5:58 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I'm in Pacific Standard Time. That's why it's showing up at this time right now for me. If you're located on the East Coast, this time will show up at your time. If you're in India, it will show up in IST time. So it does update the time at which you can view this, this session. This will count down to the start of this session. When this one passes and is done, that countdown will start all over until the next session goes. Again, the upcoming sessions list is very similar to what we saw in the main auditorium. So I want to go back to a different page. And let's go breakout room 5, and we can see there's various different sessions scheduled here. So all these pages look very similar. Let's go back to the main lobby, to the e-lobby. Over here, we have Next Gen. So Next Gen is more for our youth and young professionals. To access these rooms, you have to be able to have, when you signed up or when you registered, you should have registered for access to one of these rooms based on your age criteria and well, based on your age criteria and to be a part of this. So there's Kids Club, Youth Activities, Young Jane Professionals, and there's Jane Connect. If you forgot to register and you were supposed to, you can always contact us at the help desk, and we'll go to where the help desk is located in a moment. And just let us know that you were supposed to be a member of one of these groups, and we'll be happy to help you out in registering so you have access to these areas. There's also JAB. JAB is Jane Academic Wall. Once you enter this area, there are 3 different rooms. There's various different sections running in each of the rooms. Let's go to JAB2. And again, this looks very similar to what the main auditorium and the breakout rooms look like. Again, there's a countdown and the various sessions are scheduled already. These sessions will be running live when they start. And you go back and you go to JAB room 1 or one of the other ones. I'll come back to the help desk. Actually, let's just go to the help desk right now. So we do have people at the help desk right now. So if you have any questions, we'll run through them on this session right here. But there's also people that are available to chat right now as well if you have any specific questions you want to talk to someone directly about. So in here for the help desk, the first part is the frequently asked questions, or FAQs. There's a list of them down here. And so you can run through some of the frequently asked questions and hopefully you'll be able to get an answer. For instance, how long the convention videos are available after they have been played. So the convention videos will be available for 14 days after the convention ends. So they'll be available until July 20th. So you can log in until that date to watch any of the videos that you may have missed, any of the sessions you may have missed. There are a few sessions that may not be available, but majority of them will be. There's also other sessions in here, for instance, how do you want to donate to Jaina? And we'll talk about that in here in a moment. But there's an information page on that. How do I watch on demand? So there's instructions on how to do that. So there's various different questions with answers to help you out. If your question's not answered here, then we have a live chat area. You come to the live chat area, you can click on the online chat button down at the bottom, and that will enter you into the chat room. In order to communicate with anyone, you just have to type in, anything you want, and how do I register to be part of Jane Connect? And just hit the enter button, and that will send it to a live person on the other end who will work on helping you on answering the questions. The chat room does have times when they're available. During the convention, it's going to be available from 6 to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Eastern Time is 9 a.m. to 1 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. to 10:30 a.m. IST time. So you'll have that available right here as well. You can also email us at the help desk at jainaconvention.org, and we can also help you out in that area. I'm not going to hit the enter button because I don't want someone to respond back to me right now, but you're more than welcome to just ask a question here and submit it as well. Let's go back to the main e-lobby. Over here, we're going to skip this area. We're going to go to the meeting rooms. We do have several meeting rooms, and they are scheduled in meetings. If you're supposed to be a part of that meeting, then you just have to go into the meeting room that it was set up in. Once you go in, you can see, again, it looks very similar to main auditorium breakout room. You'll be able to enter in. These will be live Zoom sessions, so you'll be able to communicate with each other during the meeting itself. In this room, we have the Jaina LRP meeting and the Kachi group meeting. That's going to come up on this particular date and time. Let's go to this room right here. So we have the Jane Center Liaison Committee meeting that's scheduled on that day. So you can see there's various different meetings. In the temple area, there is, I'm going to mute this, but there's going to be a video running of various different temples, and you'll be able to see some pictures and videos that way. There's also a bandar down below, and you can click the button and you can donate to Jaina convention. This will take you to a different web browser, and you can enter your information in and just pay right here. So it gives you that option also. To go back to the main platform, just click on that tab button up top, and that'll take you back to the temple session area. And we can go back to the e-lobby from here. Then there's also the on-demand area. In the on-demand area, we have several videos that have already been uploaded, and you can watch them right now. The way you watch them is you just click on whatever video you want to see. So let's look at Power of Positive Thinking. When you click on that, there is a countdown. I'm going to mute this. There's a countdown. You can actually skip through the countdown until you get to the main video. And that's going to come up with a title. Let's forward through a little bit further. And then you can see there's a speaker speaking. I'm going to unmute it so you can see what it sounds like.
Forget and forgive. Many will also explain why we should all.
You are able to pause it if you want. You can also continue with it. Again, there's an option to maximize it so you can see it as a full screen. And then we'll minimize it. There's also the option to cast this to your TV or to basically through Chromecast or through Apple. You can put it directly onto your TV, so it'll put the video and the sound up there. So let's pause this. Let's go back to the main lobby, to the e-lobby. In here, one thing I did forget to mention is if there's a live session that's going on, in that session, you will not be able to start from the beginning if you missed parts of the beginning. You will have to continue along from wherever you entered into the session. So if you, let's say the session started at 4 o'clock and you went in at 4:15, your session time for that speaker will start at 4:15. You won't be able to rewind or fast forward through it either. Now, that being said, once that session is complete, that session will end up on the on-demand area in this location down here. At that point, you can go back and review it again, and you are able to rewind it and forward through it and find whatever you want to listen to, find whatever parts. There's also various different sponsors that are listed up here. You can actually go to any of their, if they have a connection, it'll take you to that website, and you can see what they have. We'll go back to the main lobby again, the e-lobby. Up here, we have the exhibition hall. In the exhibition hall, we have several different vendors, and you can just scroll through them. If there's anyone that you're interested in viewing, you just have to click on it. So let's go to the voice. Within the voice, you can see there's information about the actual vendor, their contact information, the website. There's also pamphlets or information that's available with documents. There's videos also available. If you click on one of the videos, it will take you to another website, and it'll play the video. This went to YouTube. We'll go back to the main e-lobby again. Up here, there is a section for notifications. If there's any notifications, and we did some test ones over the last day or two, but these notifications will appear here if there's something that we need to communicate to everyone here. There's also a button for schedule. Now, this area is a very important area for you to remember. Today is June 29th. This is the only scheduled session today. We're going to be running for a few hours just so that if there's any questions, we can answer everything. It's going to give you the session time, the type of session, the topic or the title, what language is in. If there's a speaker, it'll give you their information and the room where it's located. It's also going to give you some information. You can click the detail button. So when you click the detail button, if you have a particular speaker, oftentimes it'll give you the biographic information along with other information as well. The other advantage of this area is that you don't have to go back to the e-lobby and then go to the main auditorium to enter into the room. You can actually click the green button right here that says join, and that will take you straight to the main auditorium. And you can join, you can listen to the speaker at that time. This will go day by day. So on June 30th, we are going to repeat the same tutorial at night. And so we do have this right here. On July 1st is when we start the main convention. And this is a few of the scheduled sessions. And so when we go to the information, as you can see, we have some more information that's available over here as well. Some of the speakers. And now when we go to July 2nd, again, the list gets a little more extensive because we have more sessions scheduled as the days progress. And again, you can look at the information, the speaker, who it is, the location. Let me see if I can find one with a bio information. Let's start from here. So you can see there's a description of Jane's Got Talent program. And so that's the other information I was talking about. The other part that you can do over here is that, let's say you wanna, there's a session you definitely wanna watch. For instance, I know that I wanna watch calligraphy session 1 in the morning. I can star it. That will add it to my favorites. Once it gets added to my favorites section, it will send me a message via email 10 minutes before the scheduled time that the session is about to start. The other thing that will happen is if you have downloaded the Laaveo app on your phone, it will also send you a message on the app that the session is about to start. Make sure you enable the notifications and it'll pop up on your phone. So you're able to see your favorite sessions via, well, it'll give you a reminder that way. There's also the souvenir book. In the souvenir book, when you click that button on the top right, it will come up with this page. And when you click on that, it should come up with the souvenir book, but I think it's an internet speed. There it is. And then you can flip through the pages and you can see the souvenir book for Jaina convention. And to go back to the e-lobby, the platform, you just go back here. And then again, on the top right, there's a donate button page. That's the same thing that we saw in the temple room. This is just another way to go to it. There's also a icon right here for your profile, and you can see some information there as well. So this is the main parts of the e-lobby and all the different options that we have. I believe we do have a few questions that are coming in. I'm going to try to answer as many as I can. So we have a question that came in saying the scheduled event times are in which zone. When you look for your session that you want to see, it will come in your own time zone. Like I said, I live in Arizona and I'm in Pacific Standard Time. So for me, all the sessions are coming up as Pacific Standard Time. If you live in on the East Coast, say in New Jersey, it'll come in Eastern Standard Time. If you live in India, it'll come in IST time. So the platform itself will update the time of each session based on where you're located. And it will do that automatically. And so you won't have to make any changes or adjustments. The next question was, is the app available on iOS? The app is available on both Android and iOS. When you go to your app store, just look for the app called Laaveo. It's spelled L-A-A-V-E-O, sorry. So it's written right up here on the top left corner, and you should have that in your email as well. Again, it's L-A-A-V-E-O. I'm just reading the next question, just one moment. The question is, can you open a link for upcoming events? So when I go to the auditorium, I can join the current event, but I'm not able to join any upcoming events until the scheduled time. Once that scheduled time is started, whatever is written in here, that's when the upcoming event will be able to start. We did start a few events about a minute or two early. For instance, this right here on July 2nd, is starting at 4:58. That's to allow a few minutes for people to get into the room and settle in. And the event typically will start on the hour. But yeah, you won't be able to enter into the room until that event is supposed to start. Same as if you're going to a real convention. When that speaker is about to start is when you're usually able to get into that room. Or you may be able to get in a few minutes earlier, but the program won't start until, you won't be able to see it sooner than that. Unless it's on demand. On the on-demand area, you can look at it whenever you want. Are donations accepted in US dollars only or international currencies? Let's take a look at that. In here, I think it's based on your credit card. I don't know the answer to this one, but whoever asked that question, let's post that in the help desk and see if we can get you an answer for that. So to find out about the lecture timing and who are the speakers, one way you can do that is actually to go to the Jaina Convention website. You can look at the schedule, and in the schedule, this goes day by day. It's a little more graphical, but it goes day by day, and it's going to tell you what programs are going on that day. We are working on updating this and adding the rooms as well, and so we should get to that shortly. However, this will give you more information. It also will show you what other sessions are going on. For instance, let's look from 6 to 7. We have Jaina speaker sessions in breakout rooms 1 through 6. One of the ways to find out which speakers are in rooms 1 through 6 is to actually go up here, look at speaker sessions, and you can see a list of all the speakers as well on which day they are going to be presenting, and in which room they're presenting in. So for instance, if I want to watch the session by Deepak Bhai Desai, he's talking about highlights of discourses related to Jainism. It's going to be in Hindi. It's going to be in the main hall between 6 to 7 p.m. on July 2nd. If I want to see Rikin Shah, Leadership Lessons from Lord Mahavir, it's going to be in English. And that's going to be in Breakout Room 3. And it's going to be on July 5th. So that's one way you can look at the schedule, is by going to the Jaina Convention website. And you can get to this website by clicking on the souvenir, because that'll take you there, or just typing in jainaconvention.org. If you want to look at the other sessions that are available besides just the main speakers, you have yoga sessions that are available. There's youth activities, JAB, Jain Academic Bowl, there's the Kids Club, YJP. So there's various different sessions that are there. The meeting times as well for various different sessions will be available also on here. And so you can just scroll through this and see them. The other place where this will be available is you can go to the schedule on Laaveo. And on Laaveo, you can go to day by day and you can look at what sessions are available. But on this area, you can actually favorite the sessions. And so you can review them over here. So how do I book a favorite lecture? So you don't really have to reserve your seat to enter into a lecture. You just have to enter into that room and you'll be given access for the regular Jaina conventions. The only ones that you need to make sure you have access to get into is like the Kids Club, Jain Connect, Young Jain Professionals. Those you will have to get access to based on your age criteria. But in order to favorite a section, remember you can click on the favorite button on the left and that'll favorite and it'll send you a message. And whenever the session is going live, you can actually, this button will turn green. Let's actually go to today's date. You can see this button is green and you can join it directly from here as well. So the next question was, is everyone muted? So all these sessions that are going on are webinar style, meaning you will be able to enter into the room and the presenter will be presenting, but you will not be able to communicate directly with the presenter. the chat area will be active in some rooms where you can ask questions if you'd like. In those rooms where it is open, then those questions will be taken and they'll do their best to answer either then or at a later date. But when you go into the room, if you're saying anything, the speaker and anyone else will not be able to hear anything. Same way that's going on right now as I'm speaking. I can't hear anyone else talking, but I'm sure you guys can hear what I'm saying. The only exception to this is when you enter the meeting rooms over there, it will be a Zoom, and the meeting participants will be able to communicate with each other. So in those meetings, you should be able to mute or unmute yourself when you want to speak. Just to come back to the original question on the donation website, I got an answer. We were asked if when you go to the donation area, is it in US dollars or is it in different currency? And this is only in US dollars at this time. So the volume control, let's go to the on-demand section, because the next question was, how do I control the volume of a lecture? You're able to do it a couple different ways. If you're on your computer, you should have a volume control directly on your computer itself, either up top or somewhere in there where you can control your own volume from the computer. The other option is when I'm listening to a lecture. I'm going to mute it for a moment. The other option is when I'm listening to a lecture, there's a mute button down here. So you can see this right here. I can use that to mute it.
Emotions, circumstances, psyche.
And then I can use the bar that's at the bottom, which will allow me to control the volume of the session as well. So I'm just going to mute that. And this will be available in all the sessions, so you can control your own volume. And again, you can cast it to either Chromecast or Apple TV. This way you can watch it directly on your TV. And you can also maximize the screen if you'd like to by clicking the button up here. The next question is the tutorial in other languages too? Example, Gujarati for seniors. Unfortunately, the tutorial is only in English, but we do have, if there are questions or if someone needs assistance with a particular language, we'll be available to help everyone out. You can contact us by email or through the chat room, and we're going to do our best to help you out in other languages as well, in Gujarati or Hindi. So those are the main questions I've received so far. I don't see any other new questions. If there's anything else that anyone wants to see, please let me know. Okay, I do have another question that did come up. Can I join 2 different sessions from 2 different devices? Unfortunately, well, you'll be able to log in via your phone, and you'll also be able to log in via your computer. So if you log in via your computer and you try to log in with another computer with the same email address, it's going to log you out of the first computer you logged into. So you can only be logged in you're going to be logged in one time on one computer but that being said, you can log into your phone if you want to. So when you log into your phone, it will allow you to stay logged into the computer as well, because it allows you to cast. And that way you may be able to see 2 different sessions if you want to, but I don't know the full answer to that. We'd have to get back to you on that. Again, with the phone as well, if you log in through the phone, if you try to log in with a different phone, it will log you out of your phone that you logged in with first, because you can only be logged into one mobile device at a time and one computer at a time. It won't let you log into multiple ones based on your email address, based on that single email address. So the next question is, do we need to register to attend speaker sessions? No, you don't need to register to attend any particular speaker session. Those will all be available for you to join in. And again, you just have to go to either the schedule to find which speaker you want to listen to and join that session, or if you already know, you can just go to the auditorium, breakout room, or one of the other areas to join it. And then on demand is always going to be available to you. Well, at least until 2 weeks after the convention ends. At that point, everything will be taken off. Those are all the questions I have so far. If there's any other questions, let me know. Okay. Let's see. You know, one of the things I know everyone has struggled with since we're doing this, I'm going to show everyone how to log in again. This seems to be a little bit of a challenge sometimes for some people. So I'm going to log out, and we're going to go back to the main screen. Again, with the platform, the way we log in is you can either type in the website address, which is platform.laaveo.com. That's one way to get to the screen right here. The other option is the email you received. You'll have a link to this website, and that'll bring you right here. And once you get to this website, you just have to enter your email address in. The second option, or sorry, third option in your email is that you also receive a link, which will, so you can bypass this area. But when you click that link, it has a special code that lets you log in automatically to the e-lobby. I don't have that link up, so I'm going to do it this way. So when you click login, it's going to give me another screen which asks for a verification code. I'm going to go get the verification code. And I will type that in here. And then this is a timer that's going on. This timer does not mean that I only have 30 seconds to go get the code and put it in. What this timer indicates is that it's requesting a code. However, if I did not receive the code or I don't see it, then after 30 seconds, I can resend the verification code to my email. If I resend it, then I'm gonna have to go get the new code at that point. But I have several minutes, I think it's 10 minutes or more, to enter in the code if I want. So I don't have to send this. I don't have to rush. As you can see, that still let me go in without sending a new code to my email. Okay. If there's any other questions, let me know. Anything else anyone wants to see? Go back to the auditorium as well, and we can see how you can join the session. This is the one that's actively running. Join the session. And in here, one of the things we can see there is the I button up here. You can see the information area that I showed earlier in the schedule session, schedule location. You can see the same information by clicking that button. If you click this button right here, that'll show you the chat room, and you can send messages in here as well. I'm assuming everyone knows that already, since everyone's sending some messages. One last thing is you can actually see how many people are live in that room. So right now we have 115 people that are in this room. Okay. If there's anything particular that someone wants me to go through again, please feel free to post that question again, and I'll be happy to answer it. Okay, it looks like we got a few more questions. So the next question was, is there an online chat help desk during the session? So the help desk is going to be open. Go here for the chat area. It's going to be open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Again, and then there's the, it's the same time actually if you based on time zone, it's 9 a.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 6:30 to 10:30 Indian Standard Time. So these, the chat room is going to be open, and there's going to be someone available to help you out during all the sessions when they're going on. So if there's any issues or something's coming up, please, don't hesitate to contact us. We'll be happy to help you out in answering any questions or helping out directing you how to get to a particular session if you need that help. Can I switch an adult account to be a kid account? If you're registered, you can switch back and forth. If you're registered as an adult and you plan to watch the sessions, I would say yes, keep that account. If you have a child who needs access to the kids section as well, session area, then just go to the online chat area and just let us know, and we can definitely add that on. Typically for kids, we did want them to have a separate account because the kids sessions, some of them are running at the same time as the adult sessions. So that would make it easier so you can watch the regular sessions and the children can attend their sessions as well. If you still have someone that wants to register and has not had a chance, you can go to the Jaina Convention website, click on the registration button, and in here you can fill out your information. And during the registration part, you can also put in the age of the child. Let's say it's 6 to 8, and you can click on the kids room. It'll have a little description here on what that kids room is. Whoops. I have a little description here on what the kids room is, and you can actually register that person at this time as well. It doesn't have to be a child; it can be any age, but you still have the option to still register for the convention. Even when the convention is going on live, you can still do it. So, but if you do need to switch an account over from an adult to a child, just contact us at the help desk area, and we can help you out through it. Is there a cutoff time to enter a session, or can you join halfway through it? So when a session's running, you can join the session at any time during when the session is actively going on. The only thing is, when you join that session, the video that's going on or the speaker that's presenting, it will start off at that time period that you enter. It won't start off from the beginning. For instance, if the session scheduled from 5 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and you entered at 5:30, the session that's going on, you're going to be able to start listening to everything from that 5:30 time mark. Everything for that first 30 minutes you'll have missed. However, even though you missed it, you still have an opportunity to watch again at a later time, assuming that it is something that we're going to be able to put in the on-demand area. Most of the pretty much all the speaker sessions, we will be putting it in the on-demand area. If there's a speaker session that we are not planning to, we'll make sure we label that. But at this time, I'm not aware of any. So the first 30 minutes that you missed, you can go to the on-demand area and listen later, but you can start listening to it at that 5:30 mark and listen to the rest of the session from that point. So next question, is there online chat help desk during the session? So I know I believe I answered this already, but I guess it's being asked again. The help desk will be available throughout the convention, and the times are again in the help desk area, and they will be available during the chat session. I mean, during the speaker sessions, the live speaker sessions, and during various other sessions. Will we require a new verification code every time we log in? To answer that question, it's no, you don't. You will in certain situations. For instance, I'm logged in on this computer right now. Now, if I decide that I don't want to do anything else today and I want to come back, as long as I haven't logged out and I haven't logged in any other computer, this computer will go straight to the platform, and I'll be able to continue along watching the sessions as scheduled. However, if I decide that I want to watch on this computer right now, and then tomorrow I want to go watch on a different computer, then I will have to log in again and enter the code. Now, the next day after that, if I want to come back to this computer, because I was logged in a different computer, when I try to log in this one, it will ask me to provide the code again by logging in. It'll ask for that security code that was sent to the email. So as long as you stay logged into one computer, it won't ask you again. But if you flip back and forth between different computers, each time it will ask you. Same thing with the iPhone or the Android phone. If you're switching back and forth between different phones, it will ask you for a code again. Or you can just click the link that you received that gives you that allows you to log in directly by bypassing the code. Will the session be recorded to review later? So all the speaker sessions will be available to review later. They will be put in the on-demand area. In terms of the evening events, those, let me go to some of them in here. So we do have some evening events, like Ahoy Networking, How to Be Funny. Those are the Jane Connect youth activities. Sorry, let me see. So these sessions in the evening may not be, that has not been finalized yet. However, the speaker sessions will be available. So the speaker sessions are, let me go to the website. These are all the speaker sessions. So these will be made available on the on-demand so that you can listen to them at a later time if you do miss it. Okay. Any other questions that anyone has? Okay.
Hey, Anuj bhai, this is Harsh. So we got one more question. As an exhibitor, can you attend the speaker session?
Sorry, can you repeat that question one more time?
Yeah, is the person asking, the last question is, as an exhibitor, can you attend the speaker session?
As an exhibitor, I don't know the answer to that one. I think we'll have to ask the team, the Jaina convention team, and find out an answer, a better answer. So we'll have to get back to them. I believe you do have to register for you to be part of the actual convention. So if you haven't registered, then I would suggest registering. That will give you access to the convention itself. As an exhibitor, I don't believe you do have access. You only have access to the exhibit hall area. But we can confirm that. Any other questions that anyone has or we may have missed?
No, so far, everything is getting answered.
Okay.
So the next question was, is Jane Connect was open for all? If you want to answer that.
No, so Jane Connect is not open for all. There is a certain age criteria for Jane Connect. So as you see, I don't have access to it because I didn't register for it. I didn't satisfy that criteria either. If you are supposed to be a member of Jane Connect, let us know through the help desk and we can verify everything and get you added on. But there is a age distribution within a particular age distribution that allows you to be a member of it. And that goes the same for the Kids Club, youth activities, and Young Jane professionals. Okay. Any other questions?
The last question came, is the Laaveo app is not available on iPhone? If you want to bring some light.
The Laaveo app is actually available on the iPhone and on Android, on both. Unfortunately, I can't pull it up on here, but if you go to the App Store, just type in the Laaveo name. It's L as in Libra, A as in Apple, A as in Apple, V as in Victor, E as in Elephant, O as in October. So Laaveo, just type that in and just do a search for it, and you will find the Laaveo app. You'll see an icon like this as well for the app. Once you download it, you'll be able to log in the same way that you did into the platform. It will ask you for the security code, so you will have to go to your email security code.
Correct him.
Yeah. So Anuj, as of right now, there is we're having some issue. So, but the application will be available after some time. So please, yeah.
So there is a so what he's talking about is that on the iPhone and maybe on the Android as well, when you're trying to log in and get to the main e-lobby, it seems to be shutting itself down, the app. So there is a little glitch in the software, and they've already contacted Apple and Android to make sure that we have an update as fast as possible. So hopefully we'll see something shortly on that. So if you're logging in and you're finding that every time you go to the app, it just shuts itself down, it's not you. There is a glitch in the software, and so they're working on correcting that right away. We did get a few other questions that came through. So the next question was, will the session be recorded or reviewed later? So we did answer this a moment ago. The answer to that is yes. The sessions are recorded for all the speakers, and they will be available in the on-demand area after the session is completed. And at that time, you can view it at your own time while the platform, as the platform will be available for at least 2 weeks after the convention ends. And you can also access it during the convention. Do you have an option to download the instructions to navigate the convention, similar to what you're doing now? So the best way to do this is to go to the help desk, and then we do have various different question and answer areas. How do I watch a session on demand? How do I do darshan in the e-temple? How do I donate? How do I access souvenir book? How do I access different functions on e-lobby? So we do have various different question and answers. We are working on uploading videos similar to what I did today, so that you can see a short synopsis of how the platform works, or and how the different functionalities are. So we will be working on getting that up in the near future, hopefully within the next day or so. Are we allowed to watch all the JAB sessions, the Jain Academic Bowl sessions? So let's go back here. You can watch all the Jain Academic Bowl sessions. You don't have to register separately for this. This is included with the registration you had initially. Only the ones in the next gen have a separate registration that you had to do when you initially register, or have to let us know at the help desk we need to be added on. But JAB you can enter whenever you want. Now with Jain Academic Bowl, many of the sessions are running concurrently. So for instance, you have the Jain Academic Bowl running on July 2nd from 3 to 4:25 in room 1. However, if I go back in room 2, again, it's the same thing. It's running from 3 to 4:25. So you can go back and forth and keep watching the different sessions all at the same time. But and you'll have access to all the rooms if you want to, but you just have to keep going in and out of the rooms. If there's any particular person you want to watch that you're familiar with, I would contact that person and find out when they're presenting or when they're going to be in one of these sessions, so you can go directly and watch them. There's also something called Pulse Communication. It's a WhatsApp group email. Let me open that up. So it's an email that was received called Convention Pulse. Most of you may have received it, but if you didn't, feel free to contact us on the help desk, and we'll make sure this gets sent to you. but there's a link right here to join something called the Jain Convention Pulse. And now what this is that it's a WhatsApp group that you can join. We will be sending out messages via WhatsApp to these groups to provide you more information. Some of it's based on how to log in. Some of it's based on like this session, this training session we have tonight was also sent out in here. If there's any important information throughout the convention, we'll make sure we send it out via this messaging system as well. So you'll stay as most up to date as possible. It's a very useful link, and so I suggest that everyone who hasn't joined, please do join. And again, if you haven't received this link, or if you don't know, or if you went to your junk mail and weren't aware of it, feel free to contact us at the help desk and we'll make sure that this email gets sent to you again. Just to come back to the original question on can an exhibitor watch any of these sessions? I did get an answer to that, and I was informed that any exhibitors will have access to the sessions as well, so they will be able to watch them as well. The next question, can we ask a question to the speaker in any way? In some of the chat rooms, or sorry, not chat rooms, but in some of the sessions, the chat area may be open. If it's open, you can post a message. Unfortunately, the speaker may not be able to get back to you right away with that question, but we'll note it down and we can ask the speaker to get back to you at a later date if they're not available at that time to respond back to it. Many of these sessions are really fixed on timing, and so they want to make sure they present whatever they have as well. And some of the sessions unfortunately won't have the chat room open, so there may not be questions during those times. But if there are, then you're more than welcome to leave a question and we'll do our best to get an answer back. So those are the questions I have so far. If there's any other questions, please let us know.
We have about 92 people watching live. Thank you for all people to join.
All righty.
And one more quick question came. Will all the past sessions will be available on demand?
Yeah, so all the speaker sessions will definitely be available on demand. Meaning if you go to the breakout room, let's go here. So you have several speaker sessions right here, like Pravachan Surekshma Me Jain Dharam Ka Yogdan. I hope I said that correctly. So when this session will go live on July 4th between 6 and 6:44 p.m. Once that session is over, it will be available in the on-demand area. Until that session goes live, it will not be available in the on-demand. And so you will be able to go back and watch it once it does become available. One of the things actually I should mention is once you come to the on-demand area, there's a lot of sessions in here. Sometimes it's hard to find a particular session. So you are able to look for a session by typing in the search. You can type in just a title if you want. And if I X out of this, you can also type the speaker's name and it'll come up that way as well. So if you know the speaker's name or the title, you can look for it that way. You can do the same thing up here as well. You can actually look for various sessions. You can look for it based on the room. So if I type in breakout, so it'll show up all the sessions that are going in the breakout room. You can also type in a person's name. And so it'll come up with the speakers. If you type in the speaker's name, it'll come up with the session for that speaker's name. And I actually favorited that session as I wanted to watch it. Or you can type in the title. Or you can type in cultural. You can type in language. You can type in various different topics in here or items, and it'll search for all those. So, and it'll do day by day. So if you want to look for July 2nd, you have to type in the search field in July 2nd. is for July 3rd. Make sure you type it in for July 3rd. Okay. Were there any other questions that came through, Harsh?
So the last question came regarding will the application problem will be fixed before the start of convention. So yes, we are working on it. We should have a bid by tomorrow, the earliest.
Okay. Well, I thank everyone for joining. If anyone has any further questions, or if anyone needs any assistance in any way with once the app starts working, if you need assistance with the app, with the platform, or the Jaina Convention website, feel free to contact us at the help desk. We will be available to assist you throughout the duration of the convention. Thank you guys for joining. Jai Janindra.
Thank you, Jai Janindra. Okay, I just paused the stream. And let me stop the recording as well.